Hey, and welcome back. If you followed along in part 1, this is part 2 of my commentary on Defiance. Just shooting these enemies right here, explaining more about the game and how awesome it is. We're just gonna shotgun these guys, run through them with the shotgun. Now there's some type of cutscene here. Cutscene. Should have skipped it. And there we go, we skipped it. Okay, mission complete. Okay, now after we get the, I guess this is so-called the radio tower. And rated a 10, yay. Because this mission was pretty good. Only little minor things in it, but, you know, altogether it was good, so there was really no need to type a comment. So, we want to go to that right where I just checkmarked right there. That's the ones that you want to go to. You don't want to go to the side missions, because there's no point. In the beta, there's no point going to side missions. Unless you want to go. They practically made everything available in this, which I kind of find that they shouldn't have. The only part that they didn't make available is way at the very end of the map. There's this huge robot spider thing that one-shots you if you try to go near it, and there's also a barrier, so you can't go underneath it. I've tried, and I tried to get to the next area, like the last area of the map. And I suppose there's a challenge where you need to get across all bridges, and I guess there's going to be like a huge enemy. Like, it's going to be some type, it's going to be some type of enemy. But you're going to need a team. You're going to need like a massive amount of people to kill them, to get across those bridges in this game. And you're in luck, because this game has massive multiplayer online, so you have teammates everywhere. They don't have to be in your party. You don't have to go on to their actual. Well, they might add. I think soon enough, in Phase 3, I think they're gonna add servers, so you can select a server. Other than that, you're gonna still have to go through the party interface and invite. Try to find the people you're gonna send a friend request to in game, or make a clan chat and then add their real ID that they made when they first started up the client and first launched the game. Not your in-game name, but your ID that you first made before that is what you need to tell people when they go to add you. Or you can hit the U button and find them while in a PvP or a co-op game matchmaking thing. You got to search at the exact same time, and you should get in together, and you should be able to hit the U button and hit player and then add. And then when you back out, you can add each other to the group. And so we're going to the next quest down here, which is really what else is other cool, like whatever else is ever how do you say that, cool about this game, is you can drive up cliffs with the turbo. And you can also level up your vehicles in this game by running over stuff using just driving. You could just drive and level up. Okay, so we're coming to this arc thing here, and this is one of the arc mini games. Well, not really a mini game, but per se. After you do all the arcs, there's a huge boss you have to fight, and it's random. It's at random. And right now we have to clear out the nest of Hellbergs. This is just like part 1 of the so-called thing you can do here. So you can revive teammates right there, or you can revive anyone. It doesn't matter if they're your teammate or not, you can just revive them. Soon enough you'll see a huge amount of purple dots just everywhere, and that's what it's gonna be like the whole time through. And they're definitely going to have to make servers where you're going to want to go and play by yourself solo, But there's really no need to, because everything's shared in this. So if someone else gets something, you're definitely going to get the kill for it. So instead of, we finished that little area right there, so I'm going to go and continue on. I was trying to get up that cliff because that's where the quest was, but I decided that I could do it if I went up on a certain angle. Hit the tree there, which kind of threw me off. Like I said, you can drive up cliffs and jump up them, you know, that kind of thing. And we're coming to this other area, this other radio tower here. We gotta, I don't think it was disabled. We gotta activate it or something. I don't know what it says there. Restore the power. Yes, restore the power. Okay. So we got a whole bunch of enemies here coming up over here. Like I said in the recent video, I will be uploading PvP. I think I might upload it after I've done all these videos here. All these parts, I guess you could say, parts of commentary for the so-called campaign side of the game. And I am not playing on Shadow Wars yet, because I could not get that to queue, because people do not want to get killed by their questing, so that was kind of a... And here's the power-up where you can do more damage on your gun. It only lasts for a little bit, but you can also put points into stuff so that when your shield's off, it extends the it extends it, so it stays on longer, which later on in PvP I'll explain more about that. As I was saying, you can spawn your vehicle with V, and you can just turbo it everywhere you want. And we just keep killing these things here and get the zones and finish this quest. And this assault rifle, I don't know if my guy was an assault spec or not, because it doesn't really matter in this game actually, because you can be whatever. Doesn't matter which character you pick, you can be whatever. You could be a stealth. There's one skill tab for stealth. There's one for power, one for running, like sprinting, I guess. And the other one is, I think the other one's for rockets too, though. The one that I'm using is for like rocket type damage and more damage for weapons. So assault shotguns and rockets do more damage with this class. Other than, and you might want to go stealth for sniper rifles. That's the best. Well, I've seen people go stealth with rocket launchers, but that's how they do that. But I think that there's a melee in this game, but it's online. It doesn't really work too well. There's no point in using it on PvP. But there is a skill you can put in that when you melee, you get your shield. You get part of your shield back if you kill them with a melee. So that's the only. And that was a pretty cool little flip there that I did. I hope they patch that. Otherwise, there'll be people flying up in the air, just like what I did right there. I almost died. And my vehicle somehow got destroyed, I guess, and now I have to wait for it to spawn. Or wait for it to let me spawn it again. There we go. Back on the, I guess you could call it a mongoose. Or a four-wheeler ATV, I don't know. I'm not sure where they took this type of vehicle from, but it kind of looks similar to certain games that I've played before. Anyway, as we're going, just driving down this little road here, now we go to the dirt road here. Following that little, it's pretty well done, how they have these little checkpoints and, like all the, dots and stuff like that. It's better than most of the games I've already played recently. And then when you want to go and switch your weapons, it's pretty quick. And there's also an ability so that if you have a secondary or a primary and it's in your inventory, it reloads over time by itself, which I find that's kind of odd. But yeah, and I guess these guys can throw throwing axes at you. I never noticed that before. Yeah, and they run. Those guys run pretty quick because they have the sprint spec, and it's like that guy right there, that guy that turned into like that invisible ghost thing. That's a sprint. I don't know how you call it, sprint spec. They turn into like some like ghost type thing, and they sprint through you and do like a ton of damage with melee. Which I guess that's the only good thing about that type of spec is melee. Unless you're gonna use that to run away basically, and then shoot rockets. That's what people were doing at PvP, running away, shooting rockets. But if I were to use my super damage, whatever it's called, damage perk thing, I would be able to hit through him. He would just drop. But if I didn't have it on, he would probably kill me. Even if that, I could probably still run. And also, yeah, if you run over people with vehicles in this game, it's a one hit. Most of the time, it is a one hit. Depending how, because your vehicles do have levels. So if you have a certain level of a vehicle, it can do certain amounts of damage, probably. And accepting another quest here. And we're going to that next zone right there. It's right here. Pick that up. I guess we're picking that up or we're checking it out. See, as you can see, I was in the party with level 44. Okay, that's not really level 44. It's rep 44. I'm only rep 141, but you can face any rep online. Doesn't matter which rep they are. It's not based on rep, but people that have higher rep will have more skills than you, which kind of is an unfair advantage. So I hope they kind of, well, for the beta, they were just trying to test it out. It's not going to be really reasonable yet for balanced, or whatever you could call it, balanced, I guess. It's not going to be balanced yet. But I hope they do balance it soon in the next phase, because if it is balanced in the next phase, because I think PvP just came out in phase 2. The Shadow Wars was phase 1. PvP was probably phase 2. And I think maybe co-op was phase 1 also. I'm not sure how that, because I wasn't playing in phase 1, but I was invited to phase 1. I just didn't play, because due to problems with the downloading of my internet, so I didn't actually download the game. Anyway, so now that that's out of the way, we're going towards the next zone, which, well, this isn't really the next zone. Just came over here to do like a side little mission quest thing. And you might want to watch out, because if you're trying to do something here and you get hit by damage, it like resets it. Hope they fix that. But I think that's the whole point of the game right there. Well, if you're taking damage, it doesn't go all the way through. Yeah, so. And these guys spawn on the back of the vehicles there, and they drop from the helicopter in front of you, which is kind of cool. So after you're done killing all these things, after we're done killing all these things here, I just popped off my insta-spec because these are elites. I usually call it an insta-spec because it's so overpowered. But it's supposed to be, because you can put 5 points into it to make it so that it's like a 1-shot, 2-shot. And basically you can just kill anything with it. It doesn't matter what level anyone is online, you're going to do a certain amount of damage, and depending on how many skill points, if they spec in the right skills, they're probably going to kill you faster than you can even shoot, which is why I hope they fix it soon. Anyway, this will be the end of part 2. So, part 2's commentary. So if you want to rate, comment, and subscribe, and if you subscribe, you'll find out when the next video is going to be uploaded, or you will know when the next video is uploaded because it will tell you in email format, I guess. And yeah, tune into part 3 soon.